next presentation, Alex's approach to mobility, silent and smog-free. Please welcome on stage Simone Vicari, Vice President of Global Operations at Lexgo.
Hi everyone, my name is Simone Vicari and I am Vice President of Global Operations for Lexgo. I'm Italian, but I've lived more than 50% of my life in France. Okay, it's the first time at IFA, so I would like to thank the Shift Mobility team to have given us the opportunity to expose this year at IFA. Okay, I would like to try to make a brief introduction of my company along what I would say the dream of silent and smog-free cities. So I've personally experienced in Shenzhen city in particular, where now you can comfortably sit down outside in a coffee shop and you can enjoy a coffee and you can admire the blue sky, silence around you, and the green landscape. All this has been possible with a massive conversion to electric mobility. Now, I will go through our company just to give an overview of who's Lexgo. I'm not going to go in details into the products presentation. I think you'll have plenty of time to walk through our booth, and our colleagues will be more than welcome to illustrate you our products in details. So, okay, who's Lexgo? Okay, Lexgo, the idea of Lexgo has been originated in Italy, which was during a brainstorming session between myself and some industrial designers and the designers, where we were trying to identify a name or a logo that could somehow classify a set of e-mobility concepts. After that, we've made a big step, also thanks to my experience with Asia. Today, we have a factory which is 60,000 square meters in less than 3 years. And we are basically vertically integrated, so we control more than 90% of the supply chain. This means that, needless to say, that with this capability, we can easily, quickly adapt, quickly develop, and also we can face new market demands or also new regulations that today are in this field. Now, just to have an idea is that today, I mean, the achievement, okay, in such a short time, well, we are #1 OEM supplier for United States. We are in the top 3 players within Italy in the e-mobility, and we are expanding pretty well in the rest of Europe. Now, why better electric? Okay, this is our payoff, but the idea behind this payoff of saying better electric is actually what we want to do is that we want to serve a better electric experience to our users. What does this mean by better? Better means like better value, better quality, better rideability, better safety, and of course, better price. So our technological innovation somehow is to serve this better electric for the end user's experience. Now, of course, our development is towards some defensive barriers. What I mean by defensive barriers is that our idea of innovation is not just like we want to come up with a new fancy product or cool product, but the idea behind is always somehow targeted with the priorities of what an end user may request, which is, for example, we've been pioneer in integrating turning lights into e-scooters. We have used NFC technology. Of course, these technologies already exist, but we've adapted them into the urban mobility. NFC for security system lock in mobility. Then we have also developed this locking system, which is integrated into our e-scooters. Then we have a smart helmet. Our smart helmet actually is, it communicates, it's synchronized with our e-mobility ecosystem products, Lexgo ecosystem products. Then the other thing we have applied to our mobility is fast charging capability. The reason why we decided for the fast charging capability is basically because we differ a little bit from what our competitors do, which get batteries which are bigger, higher performances. Our idea was actually that since urban mobility is for short distance traveling, actually giving the possibility to recharge your product within a short time, like 10 to 15 minutes, and you, for example, you can stop in a restaurant or in a bar and you can charge up to 80% of the battery and you're good to go. We believe that this not only it contrasts, again, the high increase of the battery, so we keep the battery smaller, okay, but also in terms of sustainability. Now, another technology that we are developing and we are integrating into our mobility, it's AVAS. Okay, AVAS is a word which is used in the automotive. Now you know that all electric cars, there is kind of regulation which says that needs to have a kind of artificial noise. The reason we want to give an artificial noise to our mobility products to avoid what we call silent accidents. So basically, we want to somehow merge as much as possible our technology innovations with the real end user experience. Now, our mission, okay, despite the fact that the urban mobility is used for a short distance, actually what we want to give the opportunity for everybody in the society or everybody in the population to own an electric means of transportation. And in order to achieve this, okay, of course, we also want to bring, okay, or contrast we want to give some social benefits, which is, for example, to facilitate independent living, reduce the sense of isolation, encourage an active lifestyle, and of course also reduce smog and noise pollution into the cities. Now, because we believe that by improving the health and wealth of the people, a healthy population is actually the backbone of progress in general. Now, our plan to massify or give the chance to deploy as much as possible our e-mobility products beyond Lexgo, which is our brand that we originally came up with. We have also licensed different other brands. So we're keeping Lexgo for young and cost-effective products. Then we have Wow Wheel. Wow Wheel is a kind of spin-off from Lexgo. It's a kind of flagship products from us. Of course, it's for a highly demanding clientele. Then we have licensed Momo Design. I think you all know who's Momo Design. Momo Design is a famous Italian design house. And we decided to license this brand because somehow we can dress our products, giving it a more Italian DNA. And then to finish, we just closed the contract with Maserati. It's a co-branding. It's Maserati powered by Lexgo, always with the same kind of idea to go towards a clientele, a more highly demanding clientele, which requires, of course, higher performances and higher features. Now, to conclude, okay, why Shift Mobility? Well, I think that Shift Mobility is the place, okay, where we can find the most promising visions and also awareness of what we discussed before about some following questions, like noise pollution, which somehow deteriorates people's health, and by deteriorating people's health, this somehow limits the possibility of innovation in general. Viability, traffic, okay, this, of course, because of the destruction of landscapes. The cost of transportation, which has become really, really high, so we rather want to contrast this by giving the possibility that people can free out their resources for more valuable things of life. So I think that, I would like to conclude, okay, by saying that, of course, we are not going to change anything, but our idea is somehow to give awareness about the possible problems, and by developing our products, we want to help towards this direction. And the other important thing is that somehow we want to be a Kickstarter which could avoid this engine somehow to overrun us. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'm more than welcome to answer.
Simon, thank you very much for introducing Lexgo to us. That's an amazing approach. I see the mission and I see the energy behind it. I love that. So, are there any questions from you, ladies and gentlemen, for Simon?
Not all at the same time.
Yeah, I can see one question over there. Perfect.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the e-scooter, like e-bike things, mostly they have the B2B business, like selling to the e-scooter sharing companies. And I personally very rarely notice like they sell to the end consumers. So I'm curious if is your company making progress in this respect?
Okay. I don't know if I understood well your question. Well, basically, we don't do sharing. We don't do sharing business. Our mobility is really towards end user, private end users. We don't get into the sharing business because we believe that there are companies already that are into this kind of field. So, and it's a completely different strategy from even the entire supply chain and approach. So we've decided to focus into the private usage of e-scooters. Also because of the market we are dealing with, and eventually what we think is that maybe what we believe, and this is a kind of approach that we are now going, is more towards a kind of micro sharing system, which is, for example, like hotels or you know, a more closed than wider, because we believe that there are companies that already have the entire solutions, and we do not want to compete in this kind of market because it would change completely the entire supply chain strategy and philosophy of product development.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Any further questions? Yes.
So I'm not an expert in what you're doing, but when I'm traveling here by railway now to here, everything fine until it stops at the railway, and then I need to walk. So is it not? I don't know your product lines, but is it not possible to have a really smart and small and light Lexgo, yeah, in your suitcase, open it, and then drive around?
Okay, I mean, we've have different different ideas and different development. Actually, we also had some attempt to make very compact products with really for the idea of the last mile, that you can put them in the car or you can put them in a truck, or even when you travel, for example, you take the metro. It's very easy to carry. We believe that that kind of market at this moment, okay, gives too many limitations because of technology. And therefore, the product itself maybe requires a very small battery and becomes a kind of gadget. And this is not really what we want to do. Probably when the technology will be enough performant, for sure, we can go into this kind of segment. But at this moment, I think it's a little bit too premature to jump into this really compact size. But we have it in plan, for sure.
You're coming back, right?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite product?
What's my
favorite product?
My favorite product, to be honest, okay, it's one product which today I'm still waiting it to come to the booth, which is a mini bike. Okay, the mini bike market, I think that that's the best compromise between, because I see that, for example, the usage of e-scooters, maybe some kind of, I don't know, level of age, maybe is a little bit more reluctant to use an e-scooter. And we have developed a very small bike, which has actually the same functionality as an e-scooter with turning lights and everything. It's very light. You can pack it and you can carry it around like a suitcase. We've seen that this has been very popular in the United States. So somehow we are trying also to expand this in Europe. Of course, the markets are different. Europe is not just one country, it's many, many countries. So each country, we try to attack them in a specific way with a specific product. But as I said before, the fact that we control more than 90% of the supply chain, we are quick, we catch up, we have a market intelligence approach, so we listen to what the market wants, and then we develop our products. We don't do products and push them in the market.
That's the way how it works. Maybe that's an idea for you. Let's wait for the mini bike.
Exactly.
Simon, thank you very much
for being
with us.